Hey everybody, this is The Great Escape and welcome to another episode here on our Redstone testing world. And today I'm going to be showing you two very simple item sorter functions that you can use. And then I'm going to use those two item sorters to create the ultimate fish farm plaza. So in my last video, we created the AFK Fish Farm, and thank you so much for the really positive response to that video. It has far exceeded a lot of my other videos in the recent time. But one of the things about AFK fish farming is you get a bunch of stuff while you're fish farming, and then you have to sort through all of it. So today I'm going to show you two things that you can use that will then be able to create something that looks like this, where, you know, if you get a book or, you know, something else that's non-stackable, like a rod or whatever, it'll go in here, and then you can sort out your other items this way, and then you kind of have a junk chest down at the bottom. And this is going to be fully expandable, so I'm going to show you how to build, like, a couple modules, and then you can take it out as far as you want to go. But I'm showing you the circuitry first, because you can also use this circuitry in things like sorting systems for your random everyday items, as well as different features around the game. So think about how you could use this in your world outside of a fish farm, but our main function today is to make sure that fish farm that we built in our last episode, it gets the most useful. Let me go ahead and get my materials and we'll get started. Alright, so first things first, what I've got here is an input chest and then just kind of a basic outline. And so this input chest could be anything. It could be items that you dump in for a sorting system, or it could be like in our AFK Fish Farm, where the actual drops for the fish farm go into that chest that's down at the bottom. So for your the first circuit is going to show you how to sort out non-stackable items, but I'm going to be building these circuits right next to each other, so I'm going to go ahead and build it out like this. So the first thing you want to do is run a line of hoppers that are pointing into like a block there, like that, and that line needs to come all the way underneath your input chest. So if I were to drop something in that chest, it would go all the way down here to the end and stop there. So that's kind of the first round. So you need a line of hoppers that go in like this. And then, let's see. Yeah, so this is actually going to be, let me double check. That's the input. Yes, okay, cool. So one over from there, so here's the input hopper. One over from there, this is for non-stackable items. You're going to put a block there, and then two blocks out, like that. And on this block, you're going to have a comparator, and then two redstone dust. And so this comparator is sensing what's going through this hopper right here, and then it's going to kick out like that. And then on the end there, you're going to put a redstone torch, like so. So you've got a redstone comparator, two redstone dust, and a redstone torch. Now, off of the very next block, you're going to pull like so, and you're going to have a block here, and then going into that block, a repeater set to 2 ticks. And notice that the repeater is on, and so it will be activated. Alright, now let me take out my supporting blocks here that I didn't need. Now, underneath that section right there is where your hopper line is going to come down to go into your chest. So you can go ahead and put in your chest like so. That. Whoops, one too high. And again, remember, like, this is not a feed hopper. And then you can put hoppers going into that chest like this. And so now anything that goes through here is going to activate this, and what it does is it frees this hopper for long enough if the item is unstackable to release that hopper and let it go through. And the reason why that is, let me break this hopper really quick. If I put a non-stackable, or if I put an item that can stack in here, you notice that it only goes out one spot. It doesn't deactivate this torch, which doesn't, deactivate this hopper or this repeater, which doesn't unlock this hopper right here. So this hopper is still locked, so nothing will, these stackable items will pass right through the hopper. But if I were to put something that is unstackable, like let's say a bow, if I put that in there, you can see it goes out 2, which turns off this, which unlocks this hopper, so that bow would then drop down into the system. So let me go ahead and replace this hopper, and I'll show you that in practice. So if I put in, a few chests, they're going to pass right through the system, and they're going to end up down here. So there's 5 chests. But if I put a bow in here, it's going to turn that off, and it's going to end up down here. So this is kind of the first module and the first really simple circuit that you can use to sort out unstackable objects. So if you're pulling anything out where the objects don't stack, for instance, a mob farm with drops, where some of the mobs are going to drop items that do not stack, like helmets or bows or things like that, you can sort them out this way, and then all your other items could go into a more bulk storage. But that is a quick and simple way to sort out non-stackable items. So let me go ahead and set up, and we will do the item sorter for our stackable items. Alright, for our stackable item sorter, what you're going to need is in my hotbar, and you don't need 64 of each. I just quickly selected them. But you are going to need chests, hoppers, a building block of some kind, redstone, comparators, repeaters, and torches. And this is really simple. Notice I've gone 1 over from our non-stackable sorter. I don't think you have to, but it just makes it a little bit easier to keep things in check. Now, what you want to do to start out with, and you can take this out as many blocks as you want, so you could create just 2, you could create 30. It's just completely up to you what you want to do. And then into those blocks right there, you want to shift or whatever, crouch click, hoppers going in that direction like so. Now, from there you can go ahead and add in your chests. How many do I got? 4. Like that, and now I've got my chest, and notice it is 1 fewer chest than the other side, and that's just because we need this line of hoppers right there. And then you can just go ahead and put hoppers going into the back of each of your chests like this. So it is hopper expensive. So my recommendation might be, if you're doing this for a fish farm, maybe create 1 for cod, 1 for salmon, and then maybe just 1 stack of overflow for all the other items. But that's completely up to you. And then for the wiring in the back, on this level right here, let's see, yeah, this level right here, we want to go ahead and put a line of blocks. And from that, we want to put a comparator on each of those blocks like that. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull a signal from this hopper right here. Now, off of that, we're going to have something that looks like this coming 2 out. And then right here underneath, you're going to put a line of blocks with a redstone torch off the end of each block. So up here we have comparators, and then down here we have redstone torches. Now, right here, so this is the block that has the redstone torches on it. Behind that, you're going to have a line of blocks that has a repeater going into each block like so, and then a line of blocks behind the repeaters like that. So you end up with something that's kind of sliced like this, with the comparators, repeaters, torches, and then you just fill in all this space here with your dust like that. All right, and now in order to assign this, you have to figure out what's going to go into each of your chests. So I'm going to grab some cod, some salmon, some pufferfish, and we're going to sort these items, you know, that way. And I'm going to have one left over for overstock, so I can go ahead and get rid of these like that. And again, this is completely expandable, so you know the one I'm gonna show you has about 8 of these, and then in this comparator right here, in the last 4, put something that's not going to go through the system, and you just put 1 of each, and then put the items that you want sorted. And as you can see, it activates that, it unlocks the hopper, and those start dropping through, but it's going to stop at 41 like that. And so if you've done it right, it'll stop at 41. The other ones all came down into the system down here. So there they are. Now, so let's see. So that was cod. So let's go ahead and put the salmon in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 salmon. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pufferfish. All right, so it's going to go through and sort the system out. So now I'm going to get cod here, salmon here, pufferfish there. So let me go ahead and take those out really quickly. All right, so this is the completed system. Super simple, but this item sorter right here you could use in so many different features. I've used it for bulk storage where I've got items coming through and I want them sorted into different things. And since you can put them right next to each other without interfering, you can have your bulk storage set up like this. If you wanted to create a sorter like this for every single item in the game, all whatever 300, 400 items, you could absolutely do that and have a really truly massive storage system for every item in the game. Completely up to you. But now we've got a unstackable item sorter next to a mass storage sorter. So let me go ahead and drop some items into this. So let's say you're doing some fishing and you're getting, you know, some bows and books and things like that. You're also getting fish, and then you also are getting some string, you know. So if I go ahead and put these things in like so, and we watch, so they're all going through the system and they're activating the redstone. You can see the redstone blinking there. Let's see. I'll take out half the string. So all the items are traveling through the system. All right, so they're all in. So what we should see is 23 pufferfish, 23 salmon, 23 cod. Our non-stackable items are here, and our string ends up down there. So this is a really simple and efficient way to sort your items, non-stackable and stackable. Again, you can separate these systems and just use this one. You can just use this one, but then you can use it to build something like this. And what you can see here is I've built something that sorts out the most common items that you get from a fish farm. And then I've got one down here for, you know, items that didn't, because there are, you know, a handful of items that I'm not going to create a separate storage system for. And then I've got my thing here for non-stackable items. So if I were to come up here and fish, which let's grab this really quickly. All right, so just caught a salmon, just caught a cod, leather, which we don't have a sorter for, and looks like another cod. So if I come down here, we got cod, so there's a couple cod there, salmon, and leather bam. So as you can see, it would sort those items out. But again, you could use this for any type of feature or things like that. So thanks for joining me today. If you found this tutorial helpful, please drop a like. If you want to see more tutorials like this, or if you want to check out my Let's Play where I build these things in survival mode, then please subscribe and leave a comment. I love to talk to everybody who watches my videos. And thank you to everybody who's shown their support in the last few weeks. This has been one of the best weeks for my channel so far. I finally hit 200 subscribers, so we are now on the road, let's say, the road to 500. And so if you enjoyed it, drop a like, please subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Great Escape, and I will see you next time.